Okay, moving on to task 3, which is to do with databases. Okay, so over here it says you are now going to prepare some reports, make sure that all currency values display the same currency symbol and are set to 2 decimal places. So this is something that you will have to remember as you go along in the paper. So examine the file. We are supposed to examine this file and identify the most appropriate field to set as a primary key field. Okay. So so let's open up this field over here. Okay, let's open up this document, 3 games, which is over here. Let's open up this document. And when you open up this document, the field that seems most appropriate to be the primary key field, let's select all the columns and double click them. Game code seems to be the most appropriate field to be the primary key. This is the only field which has unique data in it. Okay, unique data for every record. Okay, so we will be keeping game code as a primary key field. Okay, so I'm going to close this now. I'm not going to save changes. And over here it says using database software, import the file N2302V games. Okay, use the field names and use these field names and data types. So I'm going to open up Access. Okay, I'm going to open up Access. I'm going to use Access for database. Okay, and I'm going to create a blank database and I'm going to save it in the same folder where all my other files have been saved. So I'm going to click on blank database, and over here I'm going to choose the location to be the same folder, which is over here on the desktop. My classes, my practice, Cambridge ICT, and I'm going to save it over here as database 2. We'll just say OK, and I'm going to click on create. Okay, right. So my database has been created, and now I'm going to import the file into it. So I'm going to say external data, and I'm going to say new data source from file, and I want it to be a text file, not a text file. Okay, because the file that has been saved over here is a CSV file. Okay, so CSV file is a type of a text file. So let's come over here, new data source from file, text file. Let's click on browse. Let's go into desktop, my classes, my practice, Cambridge ICT. Over here we have the file games. Let's say open, let's say OK. So I'm going to choose delimited because delimited means characters such as commas or tabs separate each field. And that's correct. Okay, I want the comma, the commas are separating my fields. So I'm going to go with delimited next. Then I'm going to say the first row contains field names. Okay, the first row contains the field names. We go next. Then over here we have to now look at the question paper. So game title has to be text. It is text. Then rank is number, game code is text. Okay, so this is number, text. And what do we have next? Number, text, number, text. Okay, that's also sorted. Then global sales is number and price is currency. Okay, so global sales is number. Okay, and price is currency, not double. It has to become currency. Okay, so that is also done. Decimal places, we will have to do it in design view. We cannot do it right now over here. So we click on next. Now we choose our primary key. So my primary key is going to be the game code. Okay, and we click on next again. Do you want to import it? Yes, I want to import it. We click on finish. And then the computer asks, do you want to save these import steps? Not really. We can click on close. Okay, so now the table has been imported. Now I'm going to go into design view and set the decimal values. So decimal values, which will be for rank and release year, should be 0. So rank decimal places, I'm going to change it to 0. Release year decimal places, I'm going to change it to 0. The next one is global sales and prices should be 3 and 2. So global sales decimal places is 3 and price should be 2. Let's make it 2. Okay. The decimal places have also been done. I'm going to go back into data sheet view. Do you want to save your data? Yes, I want to save it. Then the next thing it says is save the data. Okay, place in your evidence document a screenshot showing the field names, data types, and primary key used. So for this, again, you will have to go into design view. So we are in design view, you can see the primary key is visible, the fields are visible, the data types are visible. Okay, so Windows Shift S, and we take a screenshot. We come into our evidence document, and below step 13, we paste it. Moving on to the next one, it says import the file platforms as a new table in your database. Okay, so let's do that. Let's go back into data sheet view, external data, new data source from file, text file. Let's click on browse. And over here, we need which file? We need the platforms file, which is over here. We say open, okay. So delimited, which means commas are separating the data. Next, the first row has the field names. Next, so in terms of data type, they haven't given us anything. Okay, over here, they haven't mentioned any data type. So we're just going to skip that part. Okay, in terms of primary key, they have told us platform is the primary key. So we say choose my own primary key and we make it platform. Platform is going to be the primary key. We click on next again. And import to table, we click on finish. Do you want to save the steps? Not really. Okay, so now the second table has also been imported. So once again, for this table also, you're supposed to take a screenshot showing the field names, the data types, and the primary key. So we will have to go into design view, come to the home tab, design view, and take a screenshot of this, where the field name, the data types, the primary key, all three are visible. So Windows Shift S, you take a screenshot from here to here. We come below step 16, Control V. Okay, right. The next thing it asks us is create a one-to-many relationship between platforms in the platform table and platform in the games table. So in order to create a relationship, we need to first close all the open tables. Okay, let's close this. Let's close this. Let's close this. Then we come into database tools. We come into relationships and we take the two tables. Okay, let's pull these down so that all the fields are properly visible. And now remember, the question paper told us platform in the platform table with platform in the games table. Okay, so platform from the platform table, drag and drop it on top of platform in the games table. Okay, drag and drop. Now confirm it. Okay, is it platform from games? Okay, do not forget to click on enforce referential integrity, and you can see it's automatically detecting that it's a one-to-many relationship. So you click on create. That has also been done. And now you can take a screenshot, okay, of this area, Windows Shift S, and we take a screenshot of this entire area, and we come and paste it in step number 17, evidence. Then it says, in the games table, locate the record with the game code AC105. Game code AC105. So let's go into the games table. AC105 is over here. If I'm not mistaken, AC105. The rank should be 455. The rank should be 455. The release year should be 2020. 2020. And the genre should be action. So the genre is action. Okay. Check your data entry for errors. Save the data. So I don't see any errors over here. I'm going to click on save. The next thing it says is add the following as a new record in the games table. Okay, so let's go right to the bottom now. Let's go right to the bottom. And over here, what do we have? The game title is Sprinter. Sprinter. The rank is 134. The code is AC149. The platform is GD. Release year is 1999. The genre is action. The game publisher is Lovena Interactive. The global sales is 6.230 and in price it's 12.8. Okay. So check your data entry for errors. So I don't see any errors over here. I'm going to click on, so I can press enter and come out of it and click on save to save the data. Then the question paper goes on to say, using fields from both tables, produce a tabular report that selects the record. So the moment they talk about selecting records based on a criteria, before you produce a report, you will have to first produce a query. Okay. So let's first go into create. Let's go into query design. And over here, you do remember we need to use both tables. Over here, the question paper has told us use fields from both tables. So let's take both tables from here, platform table, games table. Let's take both of them. And now what are the fields that I'm allowed to show? The fields that I'm allowed to show are rank, game title, release year. Rank is over here. Game title, release year. What do we have next? Genre, global sales. Genre, which is over here. Global sales, which is over here. And console name and console name. So console name is over here. Now the fields have been selected. Now in terms of criterias, for game title, I only need includes the text sport. Okay, so for game title, let's make this column a little bigger. And I'm going to say over here, I want only those that are including sport. So I'm going to say double quotes, then asterisk sport, asterisk, which means including. Okay, asterisk and in the middle, if you put text, it means including. Okay, contains the text sport. Then the next thing I need is the release year is 2011 or later. So release year, which is over here, needs to be, after 2011 or after. Okay. So greater than or equal to 2011. Okay. Then anything else I need? I also need some sorting to be done, ascending order of release year. So release year is over here. It needs to be in ascending order. So that is also done. The next thing it says is, okay, so now let's, what do you call it? Let's run this, let's execute this, let's produce this data. So let's come into query design and let's click on run. Okay, so over here, these are my results. Okay, so these are the people that have a game that includes the text sport and release year is 2011 or later. Now I'm going to save this. Okay, I'm going to save this and I'm going to, whatever name comes up, I'm going to save it as. And now I'm going to convert this into a report. Okay, I'm now going to convert this into a report. So I'm going to say create and I'm going to say report wizard. Okay, and I obviously need all the fields. So I click on this button and say next. Okay, how do you want to view your data? So I'm going to keep it as it is. I'm going to click on next. Add any grouping. Question paper has very clearly told me not to group any data. Okay, so we click on next. My sorting was done in the query itself. I hope you do remember in the query itself, I did my sorting. So that is also done. And then it goes on to say, has a page orientation of portrait. So let's click on next. Over here, page orientation should be portrait. Layout should be tabular. Over here, they have mentioned tabular. So select tabular. We click on next. What is the title going to be? The title is supposed to be sport titles released since 2011. Sports titles released since 2011. So now I'm going to click on finish. So now my report has been produced. Okay, my report has been produced. Okay, but I'm just going to ensure that now you can see, for example, this particular column data is not visible. So I'm going to close print preview and I'm going to go into layout view. And in layout view, I'm going to do a little bit of arranging. Okay, so for example, the genre, for example, I can make it smaller. Okay, and I can press shift and select the heading. And then, so for example, this is also too big. Let's make it slightly smaller. And now with my arrow keys, sorry, my bad. Let's make this slightly bigger. Press shift and with the arrow keys, let's take a little bit this way. Okay, and now something is missing over here. Let's make this bigger. Release here. Okay, that's better. Global sales, console name, everything is properly visible. Do not forget, you have to include your name, center number, and candidate number on the report. So for this, I'm going to go into design view. So in design view, this is my page footer area. I'm going to increase this area. I'm going to take, in report design, we have label. I'm going to take a label. I'm going to draw it over here. And over here, what do I say? Name, center number, candidate number. Name, center number, and my candidate number. Okay. Right. Let's go back into report view. So here at the bottom, you can see my footer is there. Then save and print your report. So I'm going to click on save. Okay. And also we need to print it. So you can come into file. Sorry, you can come into print preview. And if you're okay with it, you can go ahead and click on print. Okay. So let's click on close print preview once you're done with printing. Okay. The next thing that we are supposed to do is using fields from both tables, produce a tabular report that selects the record. So once again, when you see them talking about selecting data, remember you have to first create a query and then convert that query into a report. Okay. So let's go into our database. Let's click on create, query design. Which tables am I going to use? Okay, so I'm going to use both tables. Let's take both tables from over here. Now, I hope you remember the order. What are the fields that I'm allowed to show? The fields that I am allowed to show is game title, rank, genre, game title, rank, genre, then console name, release year, console name, release year, then game publisher, price and discount, game publisher, okay, price, and then now apparently discount is a field, discount price is a field that you are supposed to create. Okay, so over here they have given you the instructions for it. Okay, create a new field called discount price. So I'm going to do that over here. Discount underscore price colon. Why did I put colon? Because there's going to be some calculations that I'm going to carry out. Okay, so let me tell you what my calculation is. This field will display the new price after a 5% discount has been applied. Use price, the price field multiplied by 95 divided by 100, which is 0.95. Format this field to display currency. So this we cannot do it right now. We'll do a little later. But let's do the calculation. Okay, so I need to put square brackets and say I need the price field. Okay, this particular field, the price, close square brackets, multiplied by 0.95. 95 divided by 100 is 0.95. Okay, so that is also done. And remember, I need this to be in currency format, which is why in the query design tab, we have something called a property sheet. I'm going to click on property sheet. And over here, I'm going to click on this particular field. And under format, I'm going to say I want it to be a currency value. Okay, I want it to be a currency value. So that is also done. Okay. Then we also have a criteria where the genre should be action or adventure. So let's come to genre. Genre is over here. And over here, my criteria is going to be in double quotes, action or in double quotes, adventure. Okay. Please do be careful with your spellings. Otherwise, you're not going to get the right results. Once that is done, rank should be 200 or less. So rank is over here. So less than or equal to 200. Okay. 200 or less, they told us no. So less than or equal to 200. So the criterias have been done, the fields have been done, the new field has also been included. These fields have also been done. Okay, right. So sort the data into ascending order of genre and ascending order of rank. I'll do this in the report. Okay, in my report, I'll do it. Okay, so for now, I'm going to execute this data. I'm going to run this data. Query design, run. So these are my results. And these results I'm going to convert into a report. However, before converting into a report, I'm going to quickly do this sorting. Descending order of genre and ascending order of rank. So genre is over here. And I'm going to say I want it to be in descending order, Z to A. And then rank should be ascending order. So rank is over here. Here I'm going to say ascending order. Okay. So sorting is also done. Okay. Sorting is also sorted. Now I'm going to convert this into a report. So create, and I'm going to say I want this, I want to go into report wizard. Do you want to save it? Of course, I want to save it. Okay, I want all my fields to be there in the report. Click on next. Okay, again, next. Okay, do you want any grouping? Question paper has told us very clearly. Where have they told us? Do not group data. That's also done. So we click on next. Sorting, we did it in the query itself. So we click on next. Layout, we need it to be tabular, and orientation, we need it to be landscape. Okay, so tabular, landscape, next, title is going to be what? Top entertainment games. Top entertainment games. So that is also done. We click on finish. So now you can see the report is over here, but you can see certain fields are not properly visible. So let me go into, let's close print preview. Let's go into layout view and let's do a little bit of arranging. So you can see, for example, genre column is too big. Let's make it slightly smaller. Action, let's make it slightly smaller. Okay, so click, press shift, click, take this all the way over there. Then click, let's make this bigger. Then click and take this all the way over there. Then click, press shift, click, click, press shift, click over here, take this all the way over there. Then over here, click, make the column bigger. My bad, make the column bigger. Oh, that's enough. Let's take it all the way over there. And then click, make this slightly bigger, little more bigger maybe. Okay, so this is also done. Then it says, calculate the earliest release year and place this below the release year column at the end of the report. Okay, so over here we have so many release years. They want to know the earliest release year, and this needs to appear right at the bottom. So the earliest release year means they want to know the minimum value in this column. This column, they want to know the minimum value. That is the earliest release year, isn't it? So if you come into the Arrange tab, or if you come into the Report Layout tab, when you click on this, you have certain mathematical functions that you can carry out. Now, the most important thing is you first have to click on this column. Okay, you can see over here, I clicked on it. I come into totals and I say, give me the minimum value. Okay. And as soon as you click on it, right at the bottom, that value will be given for you. Can you see over here, 1991 has been placed for you. Okay, so that's also done. Then it says, has the label earliest game release fully visible to the left of this value? So to the left of this, I need to put a label that says, so let me come to report layout design. Let's take a label and let's carefully draw that label from here to here. Where did it go? Control Z, undo it. Okay, so it's a little difficult to draw a label over here. Let me do it in design view. So when I come into design view, you can see over here, the field that I just calculated, that minimum field, it has been dropped over here. So I'm going to keep it there as it is. I'm not going to move it. And right next to the left of this, I'm going to put a label that says, so let's keep it right next to this, that says what? Earliest game released. Earliest game release. Okay, so there you go, right to the left of this minimum box. As your name, center number, and candidate number in the footer of the report, so it appears in the same position on every page. So this is where the page footer is. Let's increase the space. And let's take a label. Let's draw the label over here. And over here, what do we mention? Name, center number, and candidate number. Name, center number, and our candidate number. Okay, so that is also done. And then do not forget to save and print your report. So we click on save. And if you want, you can have a look at it in layout view on how it looks. Okay, so at the bottom, you can see your label is there, the minimum value is there, your footer is also there. Okay, so do not forget to click on save and do not forget to print it. Okay, and with that, it says place in your evidence document a screenshot showing the database formula used to calculate the earliest year. Make sure the formula is fully visible. So for this, you will have to go back again into design view. So once you're in design view, try and make this a little bigger so that the entire formula is visible. Okay. Okay, now you can take a screenshot of this, Windows Shift S, and go and paste it in Microsoft Word. Control V. So this screenshot has also been pasted. Okay. And with that, we have come to the end of the database question. Next, we move on to the presentation question.